Hey guys, this is another match. I'm ranked. This is on Ancient Spires. This is with the Mugur on the start with the Mongols. I'm playing against Roost. This was a really long match. Well, this is gonna be a long replay. We got a really nice starting position with these two wood lines right next to each other. Pretty protected area for our base. Um, Setting up to go over by gold. We're gonna go scouting, and we're dropping an early stable just to control early boar. He had a super good spawn here too. These two wood lines closing this back. He's got two safe golds in the back here. Couple berries, stone. But yeah, it's on ancient spires. Relics are pretty evenly distributed, and he's triple building hunting cabin, house, and then lumber camp. Um, if you go, I'm scouting the south. He's got two scouts out. He's picking out one deer camp already. I'm getting another one going. Let's go select it. So I see him here. And now that I've dropped this stable, I'm also dropping a scout on the backside. With this build, the idea is to be able to stop early boar play. Um, and so I'm dropping out an early scout. We're going to start denying this here. And yeah, over here we start collecting sheep. I missed this sheep, unfortunately. We're dropping our next scout, and he's going to scout this other side. And he only went up to... Oh, there we go. Now he's up to 3 scouts. He's pulling back that wolf. He's up to 11 and 3 scouts. We also had 11 and 3 military, which is really 2 scouts and 1 con. This guy is idled. Con's running north. We see those deer, so we're gonna go start killing deer there. And we're gonna go scout out this side of the map over here. We see the wolf, and we're just trying to get to the deer to start trying to steal some bounty here. Me to that one. Taking this wolf, so we're gonna get this 20 gold. Him, and he's already up to 250 bounty. 10% villager harvest rate. And yeah, so we spotted this boar up here, and we're already dropping horsemen up there. There are some players, especially in higher levels, that will have these boars. Basically, at the 3:30 to the 4-minute mark, they will start sending a bunch of villagers out onto it. So he's dropping his wooden fortress, and this is where we get to see that he is that he's got this super nice position with the protected, 2 protected golds and this wood line here. Um, we ran out of sheep here, and we got 2 horsemen up there. Our age up's a little. I say it's a little slow, but it's really a lot slow. He's aging up now at the 4-minute mark, and we're still a ways off. That being said, yeah, we're collecting on berries right now, which is part of the reason. I see this going up at a golden gate, and I'm sending a horseman over to this other boar. We've got this boar controlled with one control group, 1 scout, 2 horsemen. It's nice to have the scout so you can get the vision. We're sending this scout. We're gonna send him to the TC to drop off the sheep. Same with our con, and then we're gonna send him over with this horseman over to watch the other boar. And I'm pretty sure we drop a dock hitter. Our food production is going okay. We're not doing the usual ancient spires dock doing recently. And so we got another horseman now. Now we got plenty of horsemen. And we kind of see what our enemy's doing here. He's just aging up, and let's go to what he can see. Okay, so he's got his 3 in the back here, and he sees us mining gold. And he's also spotted our dock. And he just scouts it. He doesn't actually attack or anything. It would have been annoying for sure, but we could have dropped a tower pretty easily with all of them here. And we also could have taken that fight. So he's dropping a barracks. He hasn't seen our stables or anything though. And we're over here. We got 2 horsemen, and we're sending over a Khan to kind of scout the middle. This is still protected. And where is our other? Okay, there's our scout. He's heading over right now. And he's just kind of idling here with his guys. This guy's barracks. He's building a couple spearmen. And I think he's going to head over to the boar here shortly. We're also just getting ready to age up at the 6-minute mark. So super late timing. So we killed that wolf, which was kind of nice. He spots our villager, but he doesn't kill him. It's nice for us, so we're going to get some vision. Okay, we got control over this boar. We got control over this boar. And we're going to age up. We age up with deer stones. In retrospect, we probably could have aged up with silver tree, but no biggie. The early movement speed to villagers is really nice. So actually I want to see if he's able to spot us out. So he's going to drop his second TC. He's just got to do some trade for in his market, I believe. He's got 1 ticket. Okay, so he's dropping us stables. While he's trading for stone, I'm guessing. He's just checking out the sheep, getting vision here. The boar is up over here. Militarily, he's got 6 units, so yeah, he's just kind of going for booming right now. So yeah, he traded his tickets at Golden Gate. And he's dropping another TC. And now he's going to go up and check the boar. I kind of drop a scout over here. He sees my Khan and kind of makes him pull back. And he sees my boar here. Okay, so that makes sense why he wasn't committing pretty hard here. I noticed that he had seen I was pretty sure that he had scouted me. Later. He started to posture his army here. He brought these spearmen over. But I hadn't realized he had spotted me here. And I was sending over another horseman. And its scout was too slow to hit me. If it had hit me, that would have alerted me earlier that he had vision on me. I wasn't playing super aggressive, and now with my Khan, I'm going to see that there's another TC here. And he's just kind of booming. Bringing over 3 spearmen. And I know there's no way for me to really get out of here besides just running around, so I wasn't too worried about losing my Khan. I just wanted to get vision and see what he was doing back there. Behind this, we've finished our berries. We're bringing a girl over to these sheep, or to these deer. We have 8 sheep, and we're not building any pasture. We're rallying more villagers on the wood. This dock going for food. We got this tower up, and we're gonna start building docks here as well. And here's where I notice his army, and it's kind of posturing back here. Yeah, and he can kind of see my scout. So I had known at this point that he's gonna push for this boar, and there wasn't much I could do about it because he got spearmen. And I mean, if I was playing a normal original Mongols where you can, where you build infantry, if I had a spearman here, I could have held this 100%. this boar against him. So I see he's moving up. Um, we got a little sloppy and we lost our lose our scout, and he's got an early night out. But we're just gonna fall back there, and we have this other force down here. We got 7 military, and he's got 14. But yeah, he's sending over villagers now to start harvesting that boar. James Blacksmith is getting a house up. In terms of raidability, they're pretty not to crack. Like to get back here, you're gonna take quite a bit of damage. There's like one avenue back here, so it would have been tough to start raiding him. And honestly, at this point, with his 14 army, he probably could have started raiding me. We're just now starting to get our Mangadai up, and we're gonna go kind of scout towards the top here. He's dropping walls, and we were just gonna go check to see what is happening at the board, if he really is investing there. And we're also starting to build our villagers onto food. We see he's got this early night. So we just kind of peel away. We're getting more Mangadai going up there. Also rallying, we're going to rally our Cav Force here. Since he's going for that upper boar, I figured that he wasn't going to go for this lower one. If you can see our vision, we're starting to get some good vision with this extra wood that we got going, with the towers. It's kind of unfortunate too, later on in the game, I lose this node and this node, basically because I didn't upgrade my towers that were here that do end up. I'm coming up here to check out, and I see that he's dropping these walls. He's trying to close off this top side. So we're able to get a couple kills. And we're gonna go kind of see and harass, see what we can see. Still building Mangadai, still building cavalry on constant. We could definitely age up here if we didn't do anything for 1 minute in terms of production. But we got a nice army, cav army here with 8. And we're gonna go up and we're gonna start raiding walls. And we see his army here, and we see that it's all melee. So we're just gonna kite and do as much damage as we can. We know he's got a horseman's and knights, so it's a pretty chunky deal to go through. But we've got our arrow upgraded and we're getting our undermesh right now. This dock is about as online as I want it with 5. We're slowly chipping away with 4 on gold. And here soon I'm going to have to start transitioning more to gold. I'm dropping this wooden fortress. So I kind of go up north, try to do some damage to this villagers. And I'm not able to kill them. It would be cool if you could micro them while running, so that they could keep running but shoot at certain targets. Work like that. We're burning down this palisade wall. Just to have gaps here, just in case he does end up blowing up the other side. And at this point we have a decent Mangadai force and army. If we had come in and raided, we probably would get a good amount of damage done here. And that's probably something we could have done. But I really wanted him to focus his attention, I guess, even if it's just like up here in front. And I was hoping that he wasn't gonna try to defend this boar, and he's only committing 3 villagers to it. So we just kind of fall back here. We're ready to age up, and I think he's already aging up. I guess not. So we'll pick off a couple of the reinforcements here. Again, he's got a nice army. Got 28 units. Behind this, we're just kind of burning down more walls with this, our cav. We have a little bit of force here. But we had just decided to start aging up because we need to be able to raid. So we pick out these couple of archers. And I saw his army was chasing. And I know he's got a good massive archers too. So I thought he might have been cutting me off with this guy's and another force coming down here, but he was just following. We see the scout pick it off on by itself. We're burning through here, and then we're gonna go raid this wooden fortress. Kind of unfortunate that we didn't just go directly to it, like we are now. No, we definitely could have. We also were missing one horseman in terms of damage. And here where we are. Oh, he does see us. Okay, so he did see us. I didn't think he saw us, but he does. And we've aged up now. And we got a bunch of food and wood in the bank. So we're falling back because I know his army is transitioning. And then we're able to pick off a bunch of villagers here. And then he's got a bunch of these villagers. And I had a strong feeling I was going to lose pretty much all these Mangadai. Just by aging up, I don't know why I didn't just wait for my upgrade to kick in. And that's definitely what I should have done. So that's kind of a big mistake. And his army's rotated back up to here to Boar. And he's not looking to age up yet, so he's staying strong and feudal. And our military build infrastructures, we're just starting to develop it a little bit more. And again, I haven't upgraded my Mangadai. So that was the thing that I probably should have done immediately, and I could have done all that damage without losing all of the Mangadai. I could have lost just a couple of Mangadai. So that would have been a huge thing because I would have drawn this army. This would have drawn this army, this main base. So losing that 10 Mangadai mass was a pretty big mistake on my part. I definitely should have harassed this wood line and then just fallen back here. And then just waited for my upgrade. Now I should have been getting my upgrade immediately. Over here we're picking up the deer, and we haven't dropped our prayer 10 yet. We got 500 wood and we haven't dropped our prayer 10 yet, so it's kind of a mistake. Dropping a market. And we got a bunch of Mangadai up there. So again, kind of some misplays here. For sure. We're cranking out army now. And cav. And we got a decent cavalry force with 16, 17 units. Gonna be 20 cav. And we see his armies coming up. So we engage a little bit. And we came up here to hit with a Mangadai. Now reached Castle Age. And High Trade House. It's only getting 83 a minute. So that was definitely a big mistake. And actually, now I know where he was getting food, because I was wondering where he was getting food. It was up here at the deer. Okay, so I just finally realized that. Because I even realized he had a high trade house later, and it never clicked to me that that's where he was getting food. Because he didn't have a lot of farms going throughout the match. While we're burning this down, we see his army. The scout vision is huge. And just having one scout with this army allows us to go from losing, probably would have lost 8 or 10 of these horsemen to losing just 2 of them. And we're still building a ton of horsemen. We're super heavy on our wood. And again, I should have already dropped my prayer tent. So this is kind of some mistakes. I do need to work on my hotkeys a little bit in terms of the later ages. There's a cool little mini game on AOE4world.com called Aegis, and for any civ, it lets you practice the hotkeys. Towers also take now a full minute to build, so these 6 towers for one villager is going to be 6 minutes from now. We'll have it, which is pretty crazy. But because he had a big cav force with knights, I want to build this because TCs only hold 15 now. So this is enough for 25, 35, 45 villagers. And right here I've got 25 villagers. So maybe a little bit of overkill. We finally dropped our prayer tent up when we could have dropped it a lot sooner. Let's see if he's got a monastery up yet. He does not have a monastery up. Oh, there's his monastery. And he's building his monk already. So, we were definitely late about that. We're kind of lucky it didn't cost us the match or anything. Because we were able to get 3 relics. There's 2. And, yeah, our prayer time is up, but we're not building any. Or are we? Oh, that's right. My prayer time was down here. That was my second prayer time, I guess. I see now. So we already picked up 2. We're going for a 3rd. He's sending his warrior monk to this far one, which is a smart move. He's positioning his army to protect it. And I see this big army down here, which has got 10 spearmen and 14 archers, a scout, 2 men-at-arms, and crossbowmen. So I knew he had some crossbowmen and some archers, but I knew he was mostly... He had a few spearmen, but I wasn't super worried about it. I was getting the upgrade for Springle towers. Look how quickly towers go down now. It's pretty crazy. So we come in here with full cav. We do a decent amount of damage with the charge here. And then they're wrapping on the spearmen, but we're going to pull a bunch of these units onto the archers and start chewing through the archers here. His army of cavalry and cav archers, he's got only a couple cav archers. So it's mostly just cav is coming over, but we've already wiped this army, which is pretty big. And we were coming over. His army had fallen back at this point. So we're just going to go back to collecting deer. And we're just going to reset. At this point, if I had raided, his main base would have been issues. I could have raided up here. I definitely could have been harassing up here. That's probably where I should have gone. I should have just immediately gone back up here. He's fully walled off up there again. So we got another prayer tent, but we weren't actually going to get anything from it. We dropped the step readout. We're dropping a couple of towers to protect, just in case. And actually, let's go back. He's dropping a wall. He's dropping infrastructure. And his army's just chilling in his base because he did just get wiped. So, again, I could have been scouting up here with my Mangadai. I'm overly conservative here. Same with these guys. I know he had that cav army. I was mostly horsemen, but I felt like he had more knights than me. I don't know why. I only had 6 knights. Yeah, he did have more knights. He had 8 more knights. So, even just a couple knights is a pretty big swing factor. They do a really good job against horsemen. One knight, one lancer can take on like 4 to 5 horsemen. So just having a couple more is pretty big. And mine, I've got one knight that's just almost dead. So that was pretty big. The reason why I didn't want to engage in any fights there. Also wasn't transitioning good with my. Also, I would stop building stables. Captured this sacred site, and I was gonna go for kind of a sacred victory. And it sucks because I could have won early if I'd been a little bit more aggressive. So he's dropping this keep. And he just traded for a bunch of food, I believe. And he's aging up now. With a high armory. And we're not even close or thinking about aging up. And I stay in castle for a long time. And this whole army, I could have been pressuring all of this by now, dropping that relic gold. And if his army had come to fight, it's all melee basically. There's 4 crossbowmen. So I'm 100% gonna take it. Oh, well, I guess he's got 4 horse archers. But I could have 100% taken that fight and won, I think, with a little bit of micro. So again, playing a little bit too passive with this big army that I've got. They could be raiding up here trying to get resources, finding weak spots. I also knew he had this wood line that he could be, mining at. So we're starting to cap this sacred site. His army isn't reacting yet. At this point, I was just trying to mass units. That's why I kind of played defensive. I guess I didn't need to be. I definitely could have been attacking. Um, his income per minute on gold is 848. So if he had lost this 200 gold minute off relics, that would have been big. So again, kind of a mistake not being aggressive. Like I could have been capturing the sacred site, and behind it, like almost 6 minutes ago, I could have been raiding that. These towers are finally finished. 25-minute mark. They're finally done as well. Dropping pastures. We're transitioning to pastures, and we also dropped a second TC. My food eco was suffering really bad, so we're gonna build a ton of villages from 2 TCs, and we got enough pastures to kind of support this. And that's what we were gonna do. We're gonna start building a. We killed this boar. We lost one villager, but we got 5 on this boar, which is good income. And it's unfortunate because I dropped this tower and I wanted to drop a couple more to protect this gold node. Both of these gold nodes, like this gold that I was mining out here, I probably should have left. Like if I had taken these gold nodes earlier with my villagers, this game also would have finished earlier too. So at this point, we still got a nice mass here. We got 37 cav and 31 Mangadai. His military is 72. Military is 76. So we're pretty even in military, but the thing is, he's got a nice balanced comp. He's got 2 mangonels, some Streltsy, some crossbowmen, a couple of horse archers. He doesn't have a lot of range, but he's got a lot of firepower with these 2 mangonels. So he's pushing up. Power's gonna shoot. Crazy how the investment for that tower. I'm probably gonna get 1 spearman out of this. This tower didn't get anything. So I guess on the plus side is, if we had taken this earlier gold, we would definitely have to be fighting for it right now. So we got a big force of cavalry here, but it's not actually that strong. Now that I see his army, I'm gonna rotate up north and see if I can get any raids into his base and slow down his eco. Villagers have finished their gold, so we come down to this bottom gold. We drop 6 towers, and then we're gonna start collecting gold. I was hoping to stop anything that's stone production wise. Burning down this wooden fortress. So into this army here. Yeah, we'll see the damage it starts to take. I see the mangonels, so I just kind of pull out of this fight. I'm gonna try to skirmish as much as I can, do as much damage as I can. And I see his cav army in his base. The big thing is we just wanted to get the burn down on this wooden fortress. And while we're trying to double prong attack him here, yeah, we're just taking a lot of damage from those mangonels. It's hard to push it, those mangonels. And our cav here is just trading. He's got more knights than us, so we're not trading super well, and he's also sieging us with mangonel. I try to pull a couple of these horses to take out this mangonel. I'm gonna lose the fight, but if I can get the mangonel, it's at least it's not a good trade, but it's something in terms of getting some return on investment. The sacred side counter is it's not saying how much time was left, but yeah, we were doing okay. So here's the big thing. He comes up now with these with his villagers. We take out those guys. We're starting to rotate, and it's kind of unfortunate because if we had more of a forward position and had been harassing more, look at these villagers that are up here. There's 50 villagers, and he's gonna drop a keep right on this gold. So when we see this, we're just gonna bring our army over, and at this point, it was just kind of do what we can to harass here and kill as much villagers as we can. The army, he's got mangonels in the back. We're gonna send this cav to deal with these mangonels. You know, we're doing damage to these to the villagers, but the keep's already up. We need a much bigger mass, and I kind of make a mistake by bringing these mangonels down, or these mangadai. Taking these mangadai and gone raiding. Don't have much to raid, I guess. There's a huge hunk of villages right here I could have been hitting. And he does a good move here, doing a little switcheroo with us here. And we go to raid his base, but his villages are all up here. So that was kind of unfortunate. And we got a decent force here. We got a good amount of infrastructure that we built kind of proxy. Not gonna be able to do much. But we come up here, we take out this mangonel, and we got 37 mangadai. We're doing a good damage, but don't really have that much eco up here. Most of his eco's over here on gold, so we can check his eco. He's only got 10 villagers on food. 14 idle villagers, and those are basically wood villagers. Food villagers. So we gotta just fall back this army. We've lost a bunch of mangadai. And bringing his army back. And at this point, I probably could have started raiding on this gold line. And we're starting to lose our sacred site here. And I could have definitely pushed that with these guys. So kind of a slight mistake. I didn't push this because I thought he had his big army still planted here. And he didn't. So that was a big mistake on my part. I have a decent enough force here, 100%, to have been harassing this gold, shutting it down, because he was pretty gold starved. And now I see these big armies up here. I definitely could have taken this. So we lose this sacred site, and if we had been holding that, that would have put a whole bunch of pressure on him. So kind of unfortunate, but you know, just kind of little rusty mistakes. This double TC has worked really well and booming out a bunch of villagers for us. And we're starting to get trebs. I didn't want to commit my cavalry earlier under this castle, but now I see that I could have. He's transitioning over here to this stone. I should have been building. I could have built a tower on here. I could have dropped a couple more towers here as well. After seeing that aggressive play by him, I should have been towering up there a little bit more. So we killed, you know, his couple armies here. He hadn't researched yet boiling oil. His army's rotating up there for whatever reason. You guys are burning through here. It's in a couple raids in a couple spots. We had burnt on this monastery. Finished this gold. And then at this point, this is when I just realized, basically fast harvested this gold, or this stone, drop a keep, and I was going to take all of this gold. At this point I was pretty worried that I was going to lose this match because he just took the two big middle. My trebs, we're trebbing down here, this front base, but kind of just trying to hold back these guys. I probably could have kept trebbing here. Be perhaps a little bit overly cautious. And we're trying to raid a little bit here. Knights, 100%. Could have been attacking these Streltsy a little earlier, so there's a little bit of miss micro on my part. And now he's got a pretty decent force here. They're basically free burning down when I also could have been sieging down with these trebs and with these mangadai holding off this force. So a little bit of a mistake on my part. He's got boiling oil now. We got some idols. And we transitioned. Where did we move? Yeah, we moved up here with our step readout. So this 4,000 is going to be 6,000. But losing these two big veins was really big. And so yeah, I had a chance of burning down this castle earlier, which would have been big. But now his mangonels are here. I'm busy macroing and doing other things behind this, I believe. I'm dropping siege. I'm gonna age up. Kind of a funky age up time for me because I'm aging up right when he's kind of pushing me hard. So I'm just gonna fall back with these trebs. I failed to grab this one treb too, which is kind of painful. And at this point, I'm getting pushed hard. You know, I came over here to raid these villagers with these mangadai. Through and gone to I could have gone to this other gold there, but he's been pushing me hard, and so I'm just kind of macking elsewhere. When I switched here at this point, that's I actually end up seeing that he was doing that, but he's pushing me here. I'm trying to drop as much infrastructure as I can to keep producing. If I stop producing units at this point, there's a really strong chance that I'm not going to be able to fight this force. You know, he's got a good amount of Streltsy in there. And those mangonels, so it's a tough army here to crack. Got a couple more. We got these siege engines. Yeah, so we lost our mangadai here. We took out 3 more of these gold villagers. So again, doing a little bit of damage. Canceling this sacred site, so it stops getting a little gold income. We're losing this one prayer tent, but our main prayer tent with all the relics is down here. It hasn't been spotted yet, so we just leave it there. And we used up a lot of resources to age up. And we're building a bunch of infantry or cavalry back here. We're getting a couple springles out, and yeah, he just kind of slow pushing through this. At this point, I was pretty starved for military infrastructure. We just kind of run our springles out of here and fight this with our horsemen just to slow them down a little bit. I know I'm going to lose these infrastructure here. I didn't want to lose the siege workshops. I mean, I guess if I was using the stables as kind of a slowdown here, this really sucked. I was trying to garrison them, and they wouldn't garrison, so I just lose 20 villages there, and then wow, 30 villages more. So I hit them and I hit G, but because I had the treb selected, it wouldn't garrison. That really sucked. So the treb's trying to do some damage here, which is kind of nice. I had a springald back here that was working on some of the mangonels and kind of doing a little bit of damage. I'm able to pull out one siege workshop. I kind of leave these stables as kind of sacrificial units. He's got army spread out. He's still got this keep down here. He's collecting down here. We got a bunch of towers. We're collecting wood. He's got his monastery back up. Again, his food eco isn't super crazy or anything. He's dropping a keep up here, which is kind of surprising. I guess it's because he wanted to protect the high trade out. So yeah, we're just dropping a couple units here. They're basically dying for no reason. I mean, it's slowing it down a little bit. But a big thing is we were able to snipe out those mangonels with this springald. Took out a lot of the firepower from his army. Without that, I felt comfortable in massing mangadai and upgrading them to elite. I pulled some of my gold villagers to do that, and now I'm building stables on this side. And it sucked that we lost all those villagers, because if we hadn't lost those villagers, this would have been, it would have sucked because I wouldn't have enough garrison space. But and they would have started running kind of everywhere. They would have ran up here probably. But we're able to do a bunch of damage here. The thing is these Streltsy. So we almost kill all of his cav force here, and he's got all these units here. So we're able to do a bunch of damage there. He's sending more units up, kind of piecemeal through here. They're getting poked at, but so you can see where there's a couple of big errors in terms of my eco that really affected me. And these guys are just gonna pull back. I think. Yeah, we lose quite a bit of Mangada against this Shotzi too. I wonder what the cost on those Shotzi are. 90 and 90 gold, so they're pretty expensive. But he doesn't commit to this attack. You know, he's still burning down here. He's collecting plenty of gold up here. He's collecting more stone. But he's gotten a big hunk of the resources with that gold. We've gone back to full gold over here. We're banking up a lot of gold. You know, I don't know when he's going to push forward again. I thought he might be in a better place economically. You can see his eco's 83, and now he's got a pretty balanced eco. Got villagers on deer. Got quite a few deer up here. And you guys back here. We still got this first wood line, which is a pretty good thing for him. Yeah, he finishes this stone. So you're gonna take him over to gold. But yeah, he secured a bunch of stone. This first keep dropping up like that was huge. There's a bunch of instances where a little bit more aggressive play could have saved us a lot of grief. Moving our monastery over, you know, he burnt down all this infrastructure over here. We don't have a blacksmith. We're just sending this treb up to just kind of deal with this keep. I was actually kind of pissed at this treb because this treb cost me to lose like 30 villagers. I mean, not seeing it and group attacking and trying to get this in. I'm gonna set suicide mission, just attack this. I was hoping you'd just burn it down. We finished the gold here, and now we have access to no gold. So we're just gonna send all of these villagers to wood. I'm pretty sure we send them. Yeah, so we're almost up to where we were on food. And these villagers are gonna come around, down and around, yeah, and start collecting this wood. They're gonna build a couple of towers and start collecting this wood down here, because this is kind of where the wood is at on this map. And up here there's wood as well. I just don't want to go up there. Kind of surprising he didn't actually establish more of a presence on his side of the map up there. He must have thought that that was like my side. I don't know. I definitely felt like that was his side. So, eco-wise, income per minute, we're beating him in food and stone, I guess, right now. But he's killing us in wood and gold. And yeah, gold-wise now, our income per minute gold is going to drop off to almost nothing. The only reason we're getting any is because of this prayer tent. And we're also going to get, we got tithe bars approved because I figured this is going to be a kind of a resource-starved game for me. This treb isn't attacking. I had told it to attack, so I wasn't sure why it wasn't. So we're setting up a market, setting up some outposts. Wonder what his vision is like. So he can't see anything there. And he's just getting attacked now. Got a decent army here. And he's massed up his army from what it was. He's got a good amount of military. He's got 81 military, and we've got 33. So militarily wise, he could definitely stomp us right now. And he's gonna collect more gold stone. So these keeps definitely slowed us down a bunch throughout the game. And he just okay, he's starting to trade with this market and that market up there. So he does a kind of funky double trading route. Not sure what that is about. He might have been trying to trade from his own markets. I don't know. But yeah, he's gonna get pop capped. And he's gonna push me a pop cap. He's got 101 army here. So it's a pretty good army. 4 Springwolves, 3 Bombards, 22 spears, 6 horse, 16 horse archers, 18 knights. He's got a lot of firepower in terms of ranged. Um, Me on the other hand, we're up to 43. We got plenty of food. The big thing is we don't have any military infrastructure, so we're producing at full capacity, but we don't have anything right now. So finally, our wood income is starting to kick in right here, and we're gonna start dropping infrastructure here shortly. Yeah, so now that we have some wood, we're dropping infrastructure. We're probably gonna start trading as well, just for wood. We're still building food villagers. Yeah, so I can see half the map, and he can see half the map. My military is up to 54. His military is at 105. So he's got a nice army here. He's pushing pretty. He's gonna push forward. So it is the traction treasure, which is fine. I wanted to die anyways. We'll just see what I can see. So I see his army pushing forward. I know he's sniped down my. And I see, he's got a good amount of range, good amount of knights. And then I see the bombards. And this is where I'm a little worried. I'm thankfully going up to 6 stables down here now. We got a bunch of ranges up here. And I'm trying to just harass this army as much as I can and slow it down. I need to start cranking out cav units. You can see I start producing a bunch here. I'm going to upgrade my horsemen as well. Because I didn't have the population to deal with this army. So I tried wrapping around and kind of tempting him to come fight over here. I was a little worried because this is also where my wood eco is. So I wasn't entirely sure how to deal with this. I tried to send some knights around the back. While I do that, I'm just gonna withering out some of his cav forces up here. And we're still producing a bunch of knights, and we're producing a bunch of manganite too. Behind this, with our 1 siege workshop, we're cranking out those springolds. I know if yeah, so I'm just diving in knights. I'm able to pick off one of the bombards, which is really big, but because I'm able to, send the knights in, it distracts his melee and lets me kind of get some kills here. The springolds are pretty annoying in terms of the range, and we're bringing our springolds up now too, and we're rallying our springolds up. We don't have a huge army. Again, we're at 50 army cap, and he's at 97, so he must be upping behind this. The army that he's got here, yeah, 74, so he's lost about 30 of the army that was here. I know I did a little bit of damage, but I think he's going to be upping soon. I pull all of these villagers out of here. He had too big of an army and was pushing around, and I kind of noticed what was happening. He was also dropping that tower on the stone. Maintained that. So we just kite our way back. We just kind of fall back, do as much damage as we can. And we're just pulling all of these villagers. We're going to pull them around the side here. I think we drop them up. Anyway, I see him dropping a keep. Again, I tried diving with a couple of knights on. I lose my springolds against his springolds over here. Yeah, I must have sniped one of the bombers with his springolds. But he's got a few springolds. I was able to get it. So we got these guys. We're gonna drop a gur real quick. We're just gonna collect this wood and food that's right here. Just just to keep them busy. While we're doing that, behind the scenes, we're fighting stuff over here. We got our stables up, and now that he's got this fortress up, it makes it really hard to do anything. Our shut down. We had 3 markets, so we're gonna move them up here and just do a short trade route. We're out of gold, so we just had to make whatever work. These guys dropped this gird, and I realized I'm really gonna run out of wood. It's really gonna be important. I need to start collecting as much wood. So we just start chopping up here. I wonder on his screen, so he can't see this. Maybe because of this always being here, he hadn't fully noticed. There also wasn't an attack notification. That might have been part of it. So we're just rallying forces. Our military is chilling at 50, and his military is at 199 eco. Yeah, so he's mining out this gold. Mining out this gold. He still has a little bit of gold here to pick out. He's finishing up this stone, and he's taking out all those towers. Good infrastructure. He's collecting plenty of food back here. So he's got a pretty balanced eco. It wasn't super committed as much as I thought it would, as he was on eco. And I had noticed it a little early when I did some raids. So I was a little discouraged from raiding in that sense. It's kind of silly because halfway through, so yeah, I see he's pushing me down here with his army, which is fine. So I send these 40 horsemen to go raid up north. Drop a nuke on this stone up here. That breed out, I think I end up dropping in the back corner with the deer stone. It's just a little bit of vision and a little bit safer. We're dropping traders up here. And yeah, we're just coming up here. We're gonna go see. I thought maybe he had a trade route established up here. That's what I would do. So I go up there to see if he's got a trade going. I see his monasteries up again, and I just trees and no traders. I was pretty shocked by that. Behind this, we got an okay mass behind, but we got a bunch of horsemen in production, and we're dropping 5 more stables, so we're gonna have 11 stables total. This is one thing I don't like about the Mongols, is that you're only allowed to have 30 sheep at a time. And this part is really slow, the sheep. Once you have enough villagers on food, your eco is limited on that. So we burnt down that monastery, which was nice. Look at his resources, Jesus. 13. So we get a little bit of income by burning down stuff, so we're just gonna try to get our income a little bit stabilized. And then with Cav, it goes pretty quick. He does have burning oil, so that or boiling oil, so that kind of hurts. Up some market down here to try to get more trade. We kill all these villagers. Getting a springwood emplacement. Again, we got a decent force at home to kind of defend. I know he still has that keep there. These guys stopped collecting wood, so we're dropping another gird up there. And we're just gonna ignore the keep because I figured if I tried to burn it down, I probably wouldn't be able to with all these cav. I mean, I might be able to, but I probably would have lost all my cav in the process. His army's coming back up here. It's mostly just cav archers. Thought I could have taken down that barracks. But I'm gonna go for food now, or for the houses. I wanted to kind of house him a little bit. Make him spend some APM on building houses. Same time he's starting to push me with his infantry and his bombards. I have a bunch of cav archers ready, and in terms of his military here, it's mostly Streltsy. There's 16 spearmen. In terms of housing him, we're able to house him to 190. She's gonna drop a house somewhere. And we have another cav force that's gonna raid up front here. So we burned down this wooden fortress, and then we're gonna burn down. Try to just apply pressure in the various spots here. Cav that left, you know, we got another 10, 12 cav here, and we see he's pushing. We see him kind of attack this army over here, but I see that his army's kind of on the brink of pushing, and his bombards are hitting me. So yeah, I bring over my Mangadai. We just kind of do some damage to the spearmen. Same time, we're just gonna do run by here. You know, I probably could have turned and fought this army pretty effectively. The thing is, we were all horsemen, and he had a bunch of knights in here. So we're gonna go in and we're just gonna try to house them again. Over here, we sent in our cav. We're able to pick off what is the bombards, and we're gonna trade pretty much this whole army for this. But I'm not too worried about it. Behind this, we're re-upping our army. We got plenty of food. We're just suffering in gold. So taking out those bombards, I'm not worried too much about this army pushing us. We're able to burn down another house. So he's at 190, now he's at 180. And he doesn't repair these houses or build new houses. So that was kind of nice. So that kind of slowed him down a little bit. Collecting the last of the stone that's down here. He's collected this gold. There's a little bit of gold left here. And he's rebuilt this monastery. And he's gonna drop a castle here, which is a good move. Because I've burnt it down now like 3-4 times. And this is one part that I could have completely avoided it. I was playing with danger. Or playing with fire. You guys will see what I mean. When I send this cav force up there. I've upgraded a bunch of towers here in my base too with cannons. If he did push me again or dive me with his cav, I want to be able to hold here. I also have my relic, my prayer tent back here. Our trade is only 33 gold at a go, which isn't great, but his trade is also coming in at 25. The big thing is too, when we trade, we're getting a little bit of food, a little bit of stone, a little bit of wood. So it helps. It's not, when it's this short, it's not super decisive, but it definitely helps. But he's got a huge resource bank. We have this raiding force. We're gonna go up and take care of this monastery again. He's gonna do a warrior monk pull, and it's pretty frustrating that we didn't get this kill on this warrior monk. I honestly could have just backed out. So he picks up the relic. I see him picking up the relic, and I figured we're gonna be able to get enough damage in. We kill him at the same time he converts all of our units. A lot of them died from the boiling oil though, which was nice. Oh, he got pop capped. A lot of them died from the pop cap. Okay, that's what it was. So we're gonna have to fall back here, and that kind of messed up my plans a little bit. I've got I think it goes 30. Oh, it's 40. Yeah, so we have 40 horsemen. I thought I was gonna be fighting around 20-30 horsemen in my raiding force. So we try to drop some quick defenses here. It's not gonna work. We pull these villagers back. This cavalry had 8 moved up here, so we're gonna send these guys up to raid. And we're kind of hoping that he would follow us, defer any aggression away from us back at our base. He has a huge. We got mass Mangada coming up. This army was kind of staying back here burning stuff, so I was worried about it folding back and hitting us. So I'm sending my Mangadai up there to kind of deal with it. At the same time down here, we're going to burn down a bunch of stuff, get some. And we're going to try to burn down that keep. We have 20 calves. He's pop capped, and we're pop capped. Now we're at 108 military. So we're just burning what we can. We have a decent force here of 32 cav. Burn this siege down really quick. We also we got our upgrade for our income from the Uvu. So we're just burning down these farms because it's just one shot goes basically. And yeah, we've gotten all the upgrades from the Uvu in terms of eco. Yeah. So we're gonna lose this army. Up in a key here, so he's using up a lot of it. But we're just cutting down what he can commit to food eco there. Bunch of our cav trying to burn down this keep. Yeah, not the smartest plague. Once there's boiling oil. I could have just avoided that keep. I could have market. I could have harassed here. I could have come up here. I could have hit this army and completely demolished this army, I feel like. He only had 2 spearmen. I didn't know that army. We eventually get the burn down. And that kind of liberates this side of the map for us again. We'll just kind of see what I can see. I had sent villagers up to this pocket of wood up here. Hoping you wouldn't notice. So yeah, we're just gonna burn down some stuff, get some more eco going for us. So that's one nice thing about the Mongols, you know, get some value for raiding. So yeah, we're getting some decent value raiding there. And at this point, I knew his base is pretty entrenched, and I also knew that he had you know, a fortress down here. Probably had some villagers chopping wood, so I wanted to kind of raid down here. And he has a nice army here. It's 90 army, but we've also got a nice military force here too. Here we got 30. Here we got 50 pieces, 80. We got some springolds. Springolds were just chilling in the base just in case. Came up. I needed a siege mass. So we killed a bunch of villagers. We're at 96 eco. He's at 72 eco. So a little bit of killing of his eco was kind of nice. It also kind of worked on his villagers. He's dropping a lot of wooden fortresses. We were coming over to intercept the other army, ran his mangan. At which point, I just I was trying to huddle them close to the mangonels, but it did not work out. They can shoot really close. With 6 mangonels, they basically cover each other. So I was bringing my cav over in this big loop. The idea was to have the Mangadai intercept. But yeah. So we're only able to kill like 2 siege engines. I just gotta fall back. I don't have any army at home. I mean, I do. It's about 20 cav. But I knew you had a bunch of mangonels, and at this point I felt like I could get pushed pretty easy. He's got a huge amount of eco. It's crazy. And my eco's just barely holding on. And this is really annoying. That just sheep production really dictates how many villages you can have on food. So he's pushing me here. His army is kind of spread out, but the big thing is, I didn't mind him trading with these Mangadai here, because we have cannon towers here. And we got all of our towers shooting too. So they're doing a lot of damage. And our cav force down here. It's just all horsemen. And they're trading into knights. Again, I'm not too worried about you know, having him fight out here and not attack our base. That's kind of where I felt we were, and I felt kind of comfortable letting him do that. Up here, I'd sent a cavalry raiding force, so we're shutting down this gold. And so we had a bunch of knights come out of queue. I finally got some decent production. These springolds were supposed to be up here taking care of these manga now, so that was kind of a mistake on my part for sure. So manga, I just kind of have to fall back. I'm pretty sure I realized I have springolds here shortly. So I'm trying to push forward. I kind of checking out his base. I run into his base at a good time, and I see trebuchets coming out. So this is a really nice pickup because that's 1,200 wood, 100 gold. Especially now that wood's running out, gold's running out. Siege engines are really nice to be picking up right now. So he's pulling back some strategy to deal with this. We're gonna come over and just try to raid this over here. And I do see his traders. We're kind of trading up here, or working up here. I want to see... He can't see, oh, he just begins to see me over there. Towers attacking. My knights are burning this down, but they're taking a lot of damage from those the springolds. And he was kind of pulling back his main army. I think he was kind of scared by that last big push. Or that last push he had, and then we were able to kind of hold it back, and we had these cannon towers. And then since we took out his trebs, it kind of stopped that push there. I was worried about him pushing us. I'm trying to establish more sight range down on this side. Where now that we have a lot of stone, we're establishing towers down here, resetting up our infrastructure. You can see here we got 12 archery ranges. Up here we got 4. That's 16 archery ranges, 13 stables, 14 stables. So we can mass produce an army pretty quick. Angadai 22 seconds, Knights 26, Horsemen 16. So we can get an army out pretty quick. He tries to wall me over here. He finally noticed that I picked up all of his wood over there. And I try to drop a couple of towers. He is, Cass is able to do damage to us here. So, kind of unfortunate because that was kind of wood that I was needing. It wasn't end of the world. I came over here to burn down this one keep, and I find that he's got 2 keeps. With knights, I wasn't too worried about it in terms of the boiling oil. If it's just 1 keep, could have been able to stomp his position. But with 2 keeps, definitely a different animal. So I'm bringing over more horsemen. Just trying to get as much damage in as I can. Kill a bunch of villagers here too. But we're just gonna focus on burning down this these keeps. It kind of sucks because we're gonna lose all of these knights. We're focusing on trying to house him behind this. He's got a lot of houses up though, so yeah, we're not housing him. His army's coming down here. His army comes up here and cleans up these villagers. Just kind of a matter of time. That was gonna happen. We're dropping more towers here. We got a few cannon emplacements here. Not enough to stop a true push. But we're working on it, and yeah, we're just kind of burning down this castle. And we see his armies back over here, so we just kind of fall back. Now he's got trebs over here. Trying to set up these markets. I kind of messed that up. And they start to trade with this dock. All my units start to trade with this dock, which is pretty annoying. I realized a little late. So sometimes these markets setting up too is really annoying. So set up the markets. Kind of pushing our advance over here. We're upgrading towers with cannons now. We're building some more towers. I want to be able to hold the sacred site always if it comes down to it. It's also where my trade is at. And he's got a nice army over here. He's dropping another keep and dropping barracks. He's just pushing me over here. So my towers are firing. You can see they do decent damage. Got this army here. 17 horse archers, so I felt confident in picking. Guys, we dropped attack speed arrow. Yeah, it's 40 Mangandai. So yeah, we just shred this army pretty handily. He tried to turn and fight us and realized it was a bad fight, so he pulls back. Sends in spearmen. Tries to turn and fight again. And yeah, so we clean up that army, but we also notice he's got a bigger army coming. So we're just gonna fall back. We're just trying to re-establish control on the south here. Again, another 40 cav. But this time without a lot of knights in it. It's only got 10 knights. So what I thought was just, again, is once again 2 keeps. Which really sucked. Because horsemen do not do good against boiling oil. So I just pull them out. It's 100% not going to be worth it. We're just trying to find some outlying buildings here and there to just kind of snipe. We do see the Mangana on the sacred site. We're just getting some burn downs. You know, this is all economy that he's invested in that we're hitting. And we're just getting a little bit of return on investment. It just was kind of shitty that we realized that he had 2 keeps a little late. But we have a nice massive spring once here because I saw he had mangonels. I knew he had been building trebs before. Trebs I'd killed, I figured it was just a matter of time to replenish them. Here we trade out with the knights. Again, mostly horsemen, so not a good trade, but we do burn down this stable. And we did a little bit of eco damage, which was nice. Here we do have quite a few more cannon towers now. Now it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cannon towers, 10. Which is a lot more respectable. And being able to hold off for your opponent. Food-wise, he's just killing it. He's at 23,000 food. What's his income per minute? He's less than mine, but we're just cranking out military. And sending him out on raids and dying. But, it's part of the deal to keep the pressure off. So we've kind of more properly established this trade route. Job trading from up here. I don't have the stone commerce improved, which gives us 10% plus an additional 10% stone. So I'm gonna eventually move my oh, there it is. I'm moving my monastery, yeah, so I can drop it here, upgrade it. And we're just building a ton of towers here. I wanted to be able to eventually set up my line up there and just start trading. Right now my trade line is right at the front of my and it's hitting me with trebs. So we'll just kind of see it from my point of view. I can see he's got a lot of villagers heading over, probably to go cut the wood. The other side. And these trebs are backed by a lot of mangonels. I'm going to send this cav on basically a suicide mission. Distract. While they're doing that, I'm going to take some of them to the army. I'm going to wrap around the back and just try to pick some mangonels. So, just any sieges I can. Picking off these springs is pretty big. I took out 4 springolds, which means my springolds could come in now. Yeah, my springolds could come in. We got 6 of them, which is nice, a respectable amount. But he's got mostly siege here. Mangonel trends. So we're able to rally a bunch of units here. We rally a bunch of knights there, and they just go to their deaths. But the big thing was just buying time. I have 6 springolds. Not entirely sure where they're all at. Cause I see 3. Oh, there they are. The other 2, so it's 5, 6. You know, over here we're establishing this trade route. We're still at 20 traders, and he's gonna come up and try to contest us here, which is okay. Got a bunch of stables. Our stables are up to 16, 17 stables. We had these couple villages just kind of plunking away throughout the match. Was at 80. Had a bunch of idle villages. So we lose one springold. We snipe a mangonel. Again, every mangonel we snipe is down to 8. Is a big deal. We just kind of see his army here. They just get kind of shredded by cannon towers. You know, he's chasing after these springolds, but cannon towers do a bunch of damage on them. While he's pushing us forward, we try to get a dive on his mangonels and some knights, and they're doing some damage. They murk those mangonels, just murk a bunch of mangadai. So we're kind of able to slow down and stop this push. It would have been a better play for me to take these knights and hit those trebs directly, and not worry about the mangonels. I was just worried about those mangonels starting to take out outposts. We'll probably trade okay with them, but it's an expensive loss, those outposts, because more than anything, it's the build time. So this villager is still idle. These guys have dropped a pretty solid network of outposts out here. There's only a couple that are upgraded to cannon towers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess there's a good amount. They're almost all upgraded to cannon towers over here. I deleted one of our markets because I wanted them to start trading further, from 77 to 87. So those 2 tiles up 10 gold. So they're hitting our cav here with trebs. It's kind of annoying. We still have 5 springolds, which is a good amount. Behind this, he's just rallying forces. His eco's still about the same. Collecting deer. He's got how many guys on deer? 8. So there's still a couple of extra deer. So you could probably go 12 on deer. So yeah, we're back up to 73 army. He's at 124. His trebuchets are a little bit out. Try to get some snipes with the springolds. We just kind of fall back. Here we get of his siege comp. Now he's kind of shifting and swinging to the south. He's starting to see that we've got towers down there. We're kind of reestablishing. I do see his villagers dropping that outposts. And so he's kind of rotating them there. We're kind of rotating our cav, playing. Got some springolds up here. Big thing with our springs is we have 13 tower range. We got the upgraded from the Ubu. So our cav is just kind of trying to deal with this. We lose a spring. We almost lose a springhold, but we're just pulling our springholds back, and we're gonna fight this army here. Our springholds are able to snipe a couple of his springs, and then his springs go on auto. Like if he stops manually shooting them, I picked up like one or more, but then I pulled my extra cav around, and I wiped this siege, which is huge. He's got trebs, and they're going to be doing damage to these towers, but this front line of towers hasn't been upgraded yet. Well, this one has, but he's not hitting those ones yet. So it wasn't the end of the world. And I'm able to start sniping these trebs too with my spring. So yeah, his siege damage just get cut down severely. And you can tell food-wise, he's got plenty. Gold-wise, he's suffering pretty bad. Income per minute on his gold, he's at 700 and 500 wood per minute. And that's with the map control he has. Yeah, so he's pulling villagers back. He's pretty much cleaned up all the wood on here. He's still got some wood here and there. He's bringing 2 more trebs up. He's still got a pocket of gold and wood to the north here. Oh, been a long match. And yeah, again, we were able to hold. We're dropping more towers along this front line because he burnt down a bunch. We're still trading. We're up to 24 traders. So, a little bit of cav we have. We're just setting to raid this wooden fortress before it gets upgraded. I felt like earlier in the match I had definitely opportunities to raid that I didn't take advantage of. So we set this on fire. His forces have showed up. We're just going to pull back to our cannon towers here. You know, it's kind of the advantage of having this nice screen of cannon towers. Give us a place to kind of harass and fall back. 26 cav. Mangadar coming up. Mangadar are going to snipe all of these villagers. And yeah. So we burned that down. No problem. We kind of stopped making cannon towers up here, but we have a lot of towers that can be upgraded. So we're just burning down the easy stuff around this that's not the keep. So we had a good mass here. It's all pretty damaged. So we're just gonna build this fortress and fall back. And we see him picking up this gold. That's 13 villagers. We're gonna pick off a bunch of villagers here. And you can see eco-wise now he's down to 55. 7 idols, 33 on food, almost nobody on wood, nobody on gold. His wood eco's dropped down to 70, 80. And so now he's trying to just pivot and push to the north here. He doesn't really have a good idea of where my army's at. I don't really have a good idea where his army is. I know it's just to the north of me. I figured it's close to the sacred site. And then he starts hitting this Ugu up here. See the treb. I know those trebs are going to be accompanied. And it's a dangerous spot to lose. We don't have a lot of military production. Their production time is going to take longer. I was rallying troops down here to raid these castles and get pressure to the south and keep it away from this trade. And he wasn't having it. So at this point, I'm pretty sure I've changed where my knights rally. Yeah, I'm rallying up here now to a closer midway point instead of way over here. And we're sending these guys up north to raid. It's a good raiding force. 50 cav and mostly knights. Yeah, 45 knights. So we see this one lone keep. So we'll turn this down, and we should get them pretty handily. And we see at the same time, we got army pushing, two bombards. We're able to bombards, and then we lose our springald. We fall back here. His springalds are pushed back by knights, and then with our Mangadai up here, we're able to do a bunch of damage on that on what is his army, and we're able to spike out that other bombard with our springolds. We burnt down this keep, and we're fighting his other cav army down here. So he's gonna lose that fight. And yeah, we just fall back our springs again. We lose one more spring, but the big thing is we've knocked out a lot of his real siege. I mean, the siege that's taking out buildings. So yeah, we clean up this. We still have 20, 30 lancers left. They are inactive for the moment, but we just had reinforcements arrive, and that's the advantage of being defensive. Your reinforcements show up quick, and yeah, you can see his gold, his wood permits at 60, and we finally have more wood and gold than him. So we're able to push back his springolds here, and we're just kind of raiding him with these knights. If we can kill these springolds, it's a huge. These guys are also pushing forward. I didn't realize there was a keep here, so I just targeted the known defenses, which were these wooden fortresses. So yeah, we take down all of those springolds, and now we've got 6 knights just kind of dealing damage. And we have 80 eco, 64 military, and he's got 8 military, 50 eco. And he's starting to get into his food bank, but he's got no wood, and he's got some gold saved up. So now we're going to start burning down these farms, which is going to affect his food eco, because a new wood he's kind of suffering for wood. He has no army here. We're going to start raiding this fortress up here. So this, I mean, we were able to hold pretty good with the towers and rebuild our infrastructure. There's definitely dicey in a couple instances about being able to win it, but here we were reestablishing our trade route all the way to the south as well. So really long match, but yeah, well played to our opponent and pulled out a victory. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope to catch you guys on the next one.